Being recorded. Okay.
Okay, so everybody say their name. Lee Wessler's here.
Crystal Adams is here.
Jean Pillow is here.
Lori Barefoot's here.
Beth Bernard is here.
Jordan Stern's here.
And Grace Jacobson's here. Is that it?
Hey, Grace.
Yeah.
Hey,
I have a new phone, which I'm not used to, and for some reason, it's only showing me one person at a time when they're speaking. So
we can't see you.
good.
Slide it over,
I
Grace.
have no idea, Lee. And at this point in the day, I'm not going to try to figure it out.
Just slide it,
Okay.
slide left to right, and you'll see more people.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. As long as I can hear you, you give me your name and we're good. I have Lee, Jean, Crystal, Lori, Beth, Jordan, and
That's
me.
good.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see any alternates to seat, and I don't see any public to participate. So anyone want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion. This is Crystal Adams. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. But under 8 old business, item I, welcome packet. It's
Yes.
not, I don't believe it's available online at the town website. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure it's not.
I'm sorry. I thought you did say that it was.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Maybe somebody had asked if it was, and so it came up in conversation. But
Yeah.
no, I think that's
No
what happened.
welcome packet online. Okay.
Okay, anyone else have any discussion on the minutes? And is there a second?
I'll
With
second
the,
it.
A second.
with the, who second first?
I think Jean did.
Doesn't matter.
Jean Pillow.
Okay. So with Crystal's adjustment, all in favor of approval, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Treasurer's report.
I was not able to get in touch with Karen, but we didn't do anything that I know of since last month. So the numbers will remain the same, which were $794.38 in the budget and $2,161.22 in special revenue.
Okay.
Not getting you.
Anything to
He's frozen.
report?
No, we're not getting you, Lee.
Frozenly.
Nobody? Okay.
Lee,
we-
you broke up. We didn't understand a word you said.
Oh, any communications? Crystal or Grace, do you get any communications?
No,
Nope.
but, well, let's go back to your chairman's report. What did you say? We didn't get it. You froze
Oh,
up.
sorry. Nothing to report.
Cool. That works.
Well, I went on for 5 minutes and you guys didn't hear a thing I said, so. I'll just-
No.
Fine.
Okay, old business, anything with DRC, Gene?
No, we did not meet.
Okay, Crystal, anything with open space?
Nope.
Well, this is great.
Cool.
Grace, anything with Ag Commission?
You went right past P and Z. Why?
Oh, sorry. The way you print it out, it's hard to follow. Okay, P
No,
and Z,
no. Go on.
P and Z. I reviewed P and Z minutes and didn't see anything applicable to us. Gene, did you see anything?
No.
Good.
Now, Grace, Ag Commission.
Yeah, actually, I did go to their meeting and they, because they are small, met at the town hall, which was fine. Most of the meeting was around the gal from the Senexit Grange, Amy Monahan, is trying to gather interest in doing a possibility of a Woodstock agricultural event over and above celebrating agriculture. She wants to make this something for the people of Woodstock. And we basically went through a whole list of all the farms and farm businesses in town. And they're going to see if they can't get them to put on a list and participate for the local people. So
What, the purpose and whether they
to
intend
promote locally grown in Woodstock. In other words, all of the farm to table and sale of beef, hay, or equestrian to know that it's available. They feel that people in town, especially that there's so many new people, don't know about it, and they want to try to promote it.
And
And
where-
That would be a great thing to put in the welcome packet.
Yes.
yes, absolutely. And well, as I said, it's obviously not going to happen for this year, but they're basically trying to, I guess the Senexi Grange has an open house every Thursday, and it invited anybody who would like to come and talk or find out about it to come on any Thursday from 1 to 5 p.m. if you have any questions.
For the listing, just a question, it's Lori. For the listing of the local businesses, I'm sure lots of the agricultural individuals would be very interested in being listed if their business was being promoted in a way that they thought was desirable. But I wonder, do you know, would it be the welcome packet, or would there be other sources where it would be,
Oh,
where it's planned to be listed?
This is not necessarily part of the welcome packet. They're
Okay.
doing this totally separate because I actually brought up that, we'd already have celebrating agriculture. And they
Yeah.
said, no, that was encompassed a lot of outsiders. And they're looking to get more people to know what's actually in Woodstock for.
So it would be listed where? Because I
It's a-
know that, I
it's
know
a
some people would be
publication. It's
interested.
called,
Publication, I got it.
yeah, it's called Buy Fresh, Buy Local, Support Local
Okay.
Agriculture.
Okay,
And it
excellent.
actually it was put out originally, oh dear, by
Green Valley Institute,
who?
the Green Valley Institute?
No. The office I used to work out of, Joyce Meter.
I see.
Oh, the extension.
Yes,
Okay.
Yukon Extension. But
All right.
as I say, they're trying to make it absolutely just Woodstock.
But that doesn't make, do they realize as a
No.
business, they want to draw people outside of Woodstock for their business?
You know what? As I said, I was there only as a public participant.
I mean, it's not the best business model.
I didn't think so either, but again,
this is
they're
Crystal.
looking forward. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is Crystal. I think they want to focus on Woodstock businesses. I think the Economic Development Committee might be working with them as well, but it's open
Okay.
to everyone. But it's
Oh,
focusing
yeah.
on Woodstock businesses. Also, as far as the welcome packet, that does list all of those agricultural based businesses. They're
Does it?
included.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
there's a list of all the businesses in Woodstock in the welcome packet.
Okay. Good.
This is Jean. Grace, you said those open house meetings are every Thursday from 1 to 5,
Correct.
and you just show up?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any more questions for Grace? And moving on to stewardship, anything, Lori or Beth, anything new with the stewardship?
Nothing to report from my end, although I think I need to check in with Lori.
No, I haven't done any walks or anything like that at this point. I'm hoping to be included in one of them upcoming ones, so that I can learn about what the process is.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jean, anything with the
Say something
pollinator?
about Stewardship, Lee.
What?
I'm gonna say something about stewardship.
Okay,
At last meeting, I brought up the town property on Quarry Road, not the 100-acre one, but the other group of parcels.
yeah.
And I'm surprised they're not on the agenda because I thought they wanted to be. Wyndham Land Trust approached me and they are interested to have a conversation with us to see if we would be interested in having those parcels donated to the Wyndham Land Trust, and then they would steward them. They have a lot of other holdings in that area that are contiguous with that. And since we're not stewarding it, it's something that they want us to consider as an action moving forward. So
When you say us, when
Yeah,
you say us,
we have
our
nothing to
committee
do
or
with it.
we
Woodstock?
would have to be on board. Open space would have to be on board. The whole town would have to be on board. We'd have to have a town meeting to even consider giving the land over, but they're interested in those properties to add to their holdings that they have in the corner of Woodstock and Pomfret. They will be receiving ownership of the Townsend land, which is mostly in Pomfret, but partially in Woodstock adjacent to this property, like next month. I was told by the property owner that transaction's taking place, and this one is just part of it. It's Chandler Paquette lives next door to the properties. So, I mean, they have a lot of activity.
So Wyndham Land Trust is a awesome organization. What would be the pros and cons of us keeping these parcels?
Well, that particular parcel, Grace, were you on those old forest management plans? We had two of them done by Dan Donahue. One was-
Yes,
So were you part of the commission when we did that? Have you been on that long?
no, but when it was just done recently by, oh God, the guy from Yale. I spoke to Dan about it, and I actually have spoken with Andy, and we were going to take a walk down there, and so I could define the property lines, because there was some question about property lines, as in Papchaziba area.
This is a different property. This is the one further down Quarry Road.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Is that the stuff that's owned by the guy that lives in Florida?
No, this is town-owned land. There are at least 3 parcels. There may be up to 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm
They
not sure what
were
you're talking about.
properties acquired by the town because of tax arrears. And
Mhm.
we did a timber stand improvement on those properties back in the noughts. Is that how you say it? In the 2000s.
Oh, that was before my time, but we did the timber harvest just recently with yeah.
That's the other property. These are the other ones that nobody seems to know about but me. And
Yeah, really.
it's a hemlock ravine and a lot of mountain laurel, and it's all, I mean, there were amazing bird calls that I don't know how to identify, but when we were in there, I was in there last week for a reason I'll talk about later, but anyway, I expect Wyndham Land Trust to contact us. How's that?
Okay.
When you say contact us, you mean our committee or the
They're
town?
gonna contact conservation because conservation's gonna have to be in favor. They're gonna
Okay.
have to get in touch with open space. I already told them all this. And then we're, you know, if we think it's a good idea, then we would make the recommendation to the Board of Selectmen and jointly, and then it would have to go to a town meeting. But the reason they just had some land that the town of Thompson owned on Bull Hill. They signed it over to the Wyndham Land Trust because the town didn't want to have to maintain it. And Wyndham Land Trust is doing a fantastic job with building the Bull Hill preserve. But now they've got this big preserve in northwest Pomfret, southwest Woodstock that's growing, and I'm talking bigger than Bull Hill.
So Jean, is the proposal to allow Wyndham Land Trust to manage the properties so that Woodstock would not have to do that?
They would want to have us
They'd
sign it
wanna
over
own
to
it.
them and give them ownership of it. The
Yeah.
land isn't generating any tax revenue, and it's not really land suitable for a timber harvest. So it's just being considered, and I just wanted to bring it up that I had been approached, and I was really
Yeah.
surprised that they weren't on the agenda.
I have the same question as Crystal did, in wondering what's the advantage to doing that versus just keeping it.
Well, the advantage is that somebody be managing the land, because we're not.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but there's
Can,
disadvantages too.
You're breaking up, Lori.
Sorry. Yeah, I hear an echo. I'm just wondering, what are the disadvantages if the town isn't owning it anymore?
There aren't any.
Mhm.
Well, no,
It's not property that we can do anything with. We haven't
Right.
been able to do anything with it. And it's not generating any income for the town. So they're going to, I would assume, be very much in favor of giving it over to Wyndham Land Trust for that reason.
Again, that would have to be open space having that conversation, but this is all just something that I will expect this to be coming up in terms of stewardship, and whether or not we want to take a look at that land before they approach us and
Mhm.
see if we can get Wilbur to take us for a walk out there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'd love to make that one next on my list then. For those, you said there's 4 parcels.
There's at least 3.
Okay.
yeah, so we have to
So-
assess it. Is it a place that we could put a town building? I'm echoing too. Can we put playing fields? Can we put solar panels? Can we put trails? You know, could we put a park? And if the answer is no, it's not a bad idea.
This is
Everybody's
Crystal.
muted.
Wait, this is Crystal speaking. I muted everyone because of the echoing. So
Okay.
when you have, it's best to stay muted unless you're speaking. And that is going to help with the echo problems.
Okay, I said what I needed to.
And I think even if we can put trails on there, maybe the land trust would be better off putting trails on versus the town. Just because they have volunteers to manage and things like that.
Well, any land trust has their wax and waning of membership. Right now, Wyndham Land Trust is an awesome organization, and they're doing great things on the properties they own, but you know, it's all dependent on volunteers, and that can change, you know, and they could become more, you know, with change of leadership, they could become less active. So I guess we should wait just to hear what their proposal is, but it might be interesting to find those parcels and walk them. And I highly recommend that we try calling Paul Wilbur, the former chair, because he's had the best knowledge of where they were.
Gene, and there's no way they could sell the property to somebody, a third party.
You echoed, I didn't understand what you said.
There's no way that they could sell the property to a third party, correct?
We would put it in the deed that they could not. And in terms of the value of that property, I know that conservation and open space both recommended to the town that that property be maintained as open space and not sold. So there's some record of that from a joint vote we took years ago.
Okay, any other questions or comments on let's put this on the old business for next month, Grace. We'll keep this.
Yeah, just if you could keep Lori and I in the loop, because whenever we can go out there, I'd love to check it out.
Me as well.
Okay, any other questions for Jean then? So moving on to Jean for pollinator pathway. Anything there?
We had the workshop after our last meeting. I think there are 23 or 24 people in attendance, including me and the presenter. And I thought she gave a great presentation. And so that was that. And then I also took the trifold display and put it up at the Quiet Corner Garden Club plant sale. And I saw people looking at it there. So I'm keeping it in the background, and I continue to post things on the Conservation Commission Facebook page that people comment on from time to time. And Linda Lemon from the Putnam Town Crier follows our Facebook page, and every time I put something up, she immediately shares it. So I don't know what her audience is, but our audience grows by her audience.
Jean?
Okay, any questions for Jean?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, but I was muted.
Okay. If you have the numbers, we made Judy make copies of all the deeds of all the open space. We have copies of them at Town Hall.
I have the old spreadsheet that I created. I just can't remember if it was 3 or 5 parcels off the top of my head. So it's one of those parts of town where the GIS mapping is not as accurate as other parts of town because it's all mostly undeveloped land.
Mhm. All right.
Okay, anything else for Jean then? So moving on to Crystal, Sustainable Connecticut.
Okay, so Lee, as I'm sure you got the email, we're looking into reopening the town hall with caveats for in-person meetings downstairs. So one thing I'd like to do is come next month with a few dates for the Conservation Commission to consider. That would work for someone from Sustainable Connecticut to come out and do a presentation that we would invite other boards and commission and the public to attend to learn more about Sustainable Connecticut and what their boards or commissions, how they can be a part of it. Because as I said last month, it can't be just us. We've got to have buy-in from, other boards and commissions to join us.
Sounds good. Any questions for Crystal? Anything, here we have the welcome packet review. Anything new on that subject?
I believe that was something Maura was interested in. So let's just table it till the next meeting till she has a chance to comment.
Well, I did get an email from Lisa Davidson. And her suggestion was that it should be in the welcome packet, and we should think in terms of getting the welcome packet out to realtors so that when they do sell a home in the area, they can present it to the new homeowners. That would be one way of getting it out.
Okay, this is Crystal Adams. I would disagree with that just because, again, this is something that the tax office is doing on their own, that they don't have to be doing, but they've put this together. And when a house sells in Woodstock, they get notified and they send it out to the new homeowner. So, you know,
Okay.
I don't think it should be going
Okay,
to realtors, because unless they make it up themselves, you know, but what Linda has put together, that is what she puts out, and she gets notified when a home sells.
oh,
and
all right, all
to the
right.
new owner.
I did not know that, as I say. Lisa just wanted us to know that she was still reading the minutes and wanted to be involved, even though she's so far away.
Crystal, if a home is built, they send it also if a home is built?
Yes.
Okay, solar panel discussion. Was that Maura on the solar panel?
That, I brought it up, and Lori, was it you that looked it up? No, was our other new member who looked up the legalese?
Oh, Cynthia.
Cynthia, yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
here. So she sent it to me and I kind of glazed over it, and the way our thing is worded, it does not say that it's not inclusive of commercial, and I'm like still not 100% sure how to interpret it. I think I want to continue that conversation, but I was hoping she'd be here to kind of lead that interpretation. So let's table it for another month.
Okay, so old business, Grace, let me ask you again for the invasive species on that town-owned land. Do we have to do that this year? You know, go through and cut it? Grace?
Japanese stilt grass gets cut in July.
Okay, are we gonna plan to do that this year? Because I know we were on the wrong property and we weren't sure where to go. Grace?
I was muted, sorry. As I said, I'm supposed to go out with Andy and walk through to see it. As far as, let's table it until next month when I have more information. I want to define the borders of the property before we do anything. And again, the other property that borders it, that is now Wyndham Land Trusts, they actually have had, they've done some trails. And, you know, my thought process was to kind of hopefully hook into theirs so that we could maybe talk those very ambitious Boy Scouts into creating more trails on our property also. Are you going to kill me for that, Crystal?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Where the Boy Scouts made the trails on the Wyndham Land Trust property, that borders our property, the open space we have. And I thought it would be very nice if we could hook in or continue the trails. The boys created the trails, or they just did the work?
I'm not sure. I had something going on that day and wasn't able
Uh-huh.
to join them. But
Okay.
I could reach out if if you have a question or would like some Boy Scout help, I could reach out to Ethan's troop leader.
Well, again, as I said, I'm going to do a walkthrough with Andy, who is going to do a bird survey for us on that property. And hopefully we can define the borders of it. Because as I say, it was in some question. And obviously, seeing as Andy is the point person for Wyndham Land Trust, hopefully he knows where things are. But I don't want us to go out there without more defined information, Lee.
Yeah, fine, that makes sense. Just put that on the old.
Yes, I
agenda
will.
For, old business next month.
Yep.
Okay, any other old business? So moving on to new business, a bunch of us went to the pollinator pathway that Jean mentioned before, which was a great talk. And then, I got 3 notices on meetings, so I'm gonna disappear and talk, so I'll be right back.
Well, there's the Last Green Valley's annual meeting is coming up, but it costs $20 to attend. So I don't know if anybody's interested, but figured I'd bring that up.
Okay, I got 4 things. So Wednesday, May 26th, 7 PM, there's an American chestnut tree webinar.
Yes.
I put the
Um,
link to it in the chat.
You did that already?
I put it in the chat.
Okay, so Jean's 1 step ahead of me.
I signed up for it.
Okay, good. Number 2 is a mid-year Kakiwik conference.
Yep.
That's June 12th, 8:45 to 1:30 PM. And you can go to the Kakiwik website to register for that. And if you go, the committee reimburses you.
What is Kakiwik?
Yeah.
The Connecticut Association of Conservation and Inland Wetlands
Wetlands.
Commissions.
Okay. Thank you.
They have we used to go, in the old days when it was live, a bunch of us would go every year, and it was very helpful, interesting talks. Okay, next is UConn, the College of Agriculture, Health and Natural Resources. They have, let's see, June 9th, 1 to 2. Actually, starting Wednesday, May 26th, 1 to 2, there's an Introducing Connecticut Trail Finder. Wednesday, June 9th, 1 to 2, there's Brave New Worlds for Trees, Assisted Migration and the Study of Hoffman Preserve. And Wednesday, June 16th, 1 to 1:30, there's a Can Watershed Land Use Legacies Inform Nitrogen Management? That's an esoteric talk. So,
So is this on the UConn website, or what's the website you got this off of?
yeah, I'm trying to find the link. It's Clear. That's the.
Oh, Clear. Yeah, that's the website, Clear.
Yeah, it's the Clear.
Connecticut Land something.
Yeah, Clear at UConn.edu. That's the email. So I guess if you Google Clear, you'll get the
Yes.
website.
You will. Or UConn Clear.
Okay, and the next one. Oh no, the next one is just it's a duplicate email. It's a Kakiwik.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I got. Anyone else got anything?
A headache? No.
I do, CFPA is working with Deep and UConn Extension and a bunch of other
Oh, yeah.
folks to create the Master Woodland Manager program. So that is going to start in August. August 19th is the first day of the classes. And it's meant for anyone who either manages or owns woodland property to do a deep dive into education about, how to support wildlife, how to support climate change resilience, how to support the local economy, even with your woodland. So I will send you all out some info about how to register and things like that.
And Beth, I did look at that and it looks really, really interesting, but that's the one that costs $410, correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, I just,
It
we
is in
can't pay for
line.
that.
It is in line with the Master Gardener certs. Like we did a bit of research
Yeah.
on that. But the other thing that folks can participate in is Coverts Weekend, which
Yeah.
is every September, and
Mhm.
it costs less than $400. But if
Yes,
you really
no,
want to participate and the finances are an issue, just let me know, because I'm
Mhm.
continuously looking for scholarship funding.
Yeah, well, as I said, I looked at it and thought it was very interesting until I found the price. It's like, no.
What's the date of it?
It's a year-long program. It starts on August 19th.
Oh, and where does it go? Like every weekend for a while, or?
It's like monthly. There's a virtual learning platform that you can do the learning on your own schedule, and then there's like monthly field learning as well. And yeah, so it takes the maybe 8 months to a year to get your certification.
Yeah. It sounds like an absolutely excellent program. As I said, it is long and, consider, I actually was going to bring it up, but it's like, this is wonderful. But again, as I said, it would be out of pocket because the commission certainly can't go for that, with our
Okay.
$794 left.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And
Well,
I will put names in the list, because if I find a grant tomorrow or the next day, I'm hoping to be able to provide scholarships.
Well,
It's good to know who's interested.
Yeah. If that's a possibility, you can put my name on the list.
Beth,
Thanks,
can you
Grace.
send me the information about that to my work email address?
Will do.
well, we do have the money in our slush fund, so if
Mm,
if one member wanted to do it, we could discuss it and vote on it.
I think more for like buying like a kiosk for some place. That's what we've done. We've used it for hiring a forester. I think the education budget should come out of our annual budget. That's my opinion.
Hey, well, we could discuss it in the future if somebody really wanted to do it and Beth can't get a grant, we could at least discuss it. Okay, open discussion. Gene, you got something?
You bet. Okay. Wearing my Last Green Valley Water Quality Monitoring Coordinator hat. This year, we're focusing on doing a pathogen track down in Bungie Brook. The project includes 4 monitoring sites in Woodstock, 4 sites in Eastford, and we'll also be doing the Still River above and below where Bungie Brook flows into the Still River. Last summer, we detected high bacteria loads coming out of Bungie Brook into the Still River. So this summer, we're going up Bungie Brook, and hopefully we'll kind of figure out where it's coming from so that we can address it in the future. So that project starts June 1st and will go for 10 sampling weeks, and I'll have results by the end of the summer. If we know if we've tracked down where the bacteria is coming from. And in the cold water stream habitat monitoring that we're doing, we put out 10 temperature data loggers, and this year we chose 2 streams that are in Woodstock. We are assessing Lebanon Brook before it goes up into Massachusetts, and hopefully that'll be a cold water site. But let me tell you, Polbridge Road is long and bumpy to get to the brook. And the other site is Nightingale Brook, which drains out of Woodstock into Nightingale Pond in Pomfret. And that's why I was on the Townsend land, because we put the logger in the brook on that land. So hopefully, again, we'll by October know if it's a cold water stream. That's it.
Lori? Well,
I
Lori,
think
do you
everybody
have
has to
anything
unmute
to?
themselves.
Yep,
I
Lori,
don't have anything new. No, I don't have anything new to add.
Okay.
thank you. Jordan,
I'm good.
Crystal,
I don't have anything.
Grace,
No, we got it all covered.
Beth?
All good.
Okay, so I guess the only other thing we touched on it before. Do we want to meet live next month, or are you guys okay staying virtual?
I'm okay virtual.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
with virtual.
I'm okay with virtual as long as there's no, like, the town doesn't have any requirements or anything.
I'm okay virtual, and the executive orders have been extended to June 30th, so we
Oh.
can meet virtually until then.
Okay.
I'm good with virtual as well. It's Laura.
What happens after June 30th, Crystal?
I don't know. The executive orders could be totally done, or they can extend them again. I believe this is the 3rd time that they've been extended since they were originally supposed to expire, I think back in March.
So thinking. Thank you.
Okay, so plan virtual next month, and then we'll see what comes over the summer. Anything else for the good of the order? Or do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Jean.
Seconded, Crystal.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Oh, hey, did anyone get to go to that food truck thing at Roseland Park?
I did.
No.